Hello. Now, this is the second installment in our analysis of real estate circular references. What an exciting subject. My God. There's so much interesting things going in the world, like what's happening with the oil prices and the marginal cost of the uh, um, production of oil from the shale gas and such wonderful historical things, and we're talking about circular references. Oh my God. Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. This is, I suppose, a little bit of a philosophical issue. Um, the We can solve this, and this one's going to be solved. We're going to begin solving this problem with a copy and paste macro. And if I sum all of the IDC from project one, we get a circular reference. And we get these blue lines that make us go, oh, okay. Uh, Now, it happens that the reason is that this total cost drives the debt, and the debt drives all the rest of this. If we could fix this total cost, let's go up and fix this. Let's just temporarily. Why can't I? Oh, shit. What's the matter? I'm just going to temporarily type 1,200 here. Did I do it wrong? Yes. Now it's wrong, but of course the total sources don't equal the total uses. So if I put 1, 2, 30591, we get it, but then this changes. Now, what that means is we can put a calculated uh, number, okay, and add all of these up, and then fix that number. Um, uh, copy uh, uh, copy space special as value, copy and paste special as values, and then we put this in here, and then we can put the difference. Okay, and this difference is going to be here. Oops, oh, it didn't go that. So we can copy this fixed to the thing again. It still didn't quite get it. Copy that. Uh, okay, and then we finally get it all balanced. Now, when we do this, we'll put this in a macro. We'll uh, uh, rename these ranges. We'll put the numbers in for here. We'll, I mean here. And for the fees, we can just look at the total fees. Um, uh, just a minute. And then we can take the total fees and allocate the total fees to each project. Okay? And that's how we'll finish this copy and paste method. So I'm going to rename this. I pressed F12 to rename IDC and circular, and we'll put copy and paste. Okay, now when we uh, try this in a different way, essentially this fixed number could come, instead of being some horrible little fixed number somewhere in the middle of the spreadsheet, we can make a function. And our function will recalculate the total cost. Now, to recalculate the total cost, it's an incredible pain. We have to essentially go through all of these calculations. Not every single one, but a whole lot of them. And we have to essentially redo our um, whole spreadsheet in a function. How horrible. Now, I advocate this, but I've noticed that when I go and try to propound my views, some modelers are extremely averse to this. They say, "Oh, number one, it's not transparent." That's bullshit. It's totally much more transparent than a fixed and uh, copy and fixed. But it is painful. I'm not denying it's not painful. So what we're going to do, and this is the order if you're really going to use this fancier VBA approach, it's what you really, I think, should do, is number one, get it right with the copy and fixed method, copy and paste method. Number two, um, uh, 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 number two, write the function and start reprogramming the whole program. So let's keep going here. So now if I put a sum here of the IDC, we 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 got it for the first project, and then this is the sum of the IDC for the second project. Now, when we do the function method, I should tell you one thing. There is an advantage, a secondary, a kind of a byproduct advantage, and that is that if I made a mistake just now, the copy and paste method might not find the mistake. You can have a mistake somewhere, and it's pain to find. Uh, the function method, by redoing the whole program, you're really having a very careful, very careful audit of your whole model. Now, this time, since we put the direct method in, let's how about I'll just put this in the middle, and we'll press Shift Control 3, and I'll use the top row. Okay, and then we could kind of record a macro, but for once I'm not going to. This difference has to be 0. So we just go around and around, and we define the fixed equal to the calculate until the difference gets to be 0. So we go to the developer tab, go to our macro, and let's put copy and paste. Okay, and can I do this? I hope I can. Okay, and you know, no, we just we can put range fixed equal range calculate. Now, it's always this way. If you put range calculate equals fixed, suddenly calculate would have a fixed number and you'd be all screwed up. And then you can put while range difference not equal to 0. Now we can tab over here and put wend. And if we want to get really fancier, we put count equal 1 or count equal 0, count equal count plus 1, and we can put application.display alerts, no, status bar equal iteration, and put count. And if we really want to get fancy, I suppose we put if count is greater than something like 100, then exit sub. Or we could, yeah, that's good enough. Okay. And then we go and, of course, put a little button behind next to here, and we just click on our copy and paste, and it took us 10 iterations. Now that screwed up our nice little bar, so at the very end of this we can put application dot status bar equal false. Okay, and then we just get back. Okay, so now we're back. Okay, so that was really fairly easy. Now the only problem is the fees, and to compute the fees, I suppose we need to allocate the total fees between project 1 cost, and we can put project 2 cost. Now and why don't we put the total here, and after we put the total cost, let's put the percentage. Okay, and total cost is the sum. Okay. Okay. I don't, of course. Let's put the total. Alt equal. What? Why didn't if there's a sum, it doesn't do it right. Alt equal, and then we divide it. Shift Control P, and this one. Okay. Now, so we can essentially take our total fees and allocate our total fees between between these two projects. So when we've gone down to the kind of cash flow analysis, and now let's do something I hate to do, but let's add the fees. Let's add a 1.5% commitment fee and a 2% 1.5% upfront fee and a 2% commitment fee. Okay. I forgot what these are. Oh, these are the periods. Oh, now we have a difference. I suppose that we could get the recompute this difference. Um, but we haven't allocated the cost, so there would be hopefully an error. I don't even want to check the balance sheet. I'm afraid, if you can believe this, I'm afraid the balance sheet would balance because I know we have an error in here. Now we put the upfront fees here, and then we put the commitment fees over here, and then the commitment fees. Oh shit. The commitment fees should only. Ah shit. You could stop the commitment fees at some point, and this is a little bit of a problem because we have two different projects with different end dates. It's not like project finance. How about end of commitment fee? Oh shit. You know, fuck. I'm gonna just delete the commitment fee. Somebody's gonna get furious at me. But don't worry. Ah, shoot, look at it. Made a complete mess of everything. But I'm gonna delete all of this because we'd have to figure out exactly what's going on. Now, when we have the fees paid, this is only going to be the upfront fees. Okay, and we can copy that Shift Control R. Excuse me. And so now when we alloc allocate the fees to our uh, project, we can just put a percentage in there, and we plug this in, and we multiply this by our upfront fee percent amount. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I'm not shocked that we had another circular reference. Okay. Now what we'd have to do is almost put a calculated and a fixed here for the uh, IDC and the fees, and we'd have to do it for the second one, I think so, or we could just kind of we um, put it like this. We could do a copy and paste on this one. I don't know which I think or we can just put it on this one. So I think we need up here calculated, which is the sum of all three. Okay, and we put the sum of these. Okay. Oh shit. And then we put the fixed for both of these. Okay. Let's put 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 702, 732. Of course, you wouldn't have to do that. And notice that when we have the circular reference, nothing kind of works. But then we put this in, and we put this in, and we get rid of the circular references. Now, once we put the sum of all the fees, I just thought I saw a blue arrow. That was like a nightmare. Okay, now we're going to, okay, put this, oops, let me copy this. Okay, the good news, by the way, by doing, I kind of like putting these construction work in progress and plant balances in a separate account, because then we can just shove all of this stuff into an account and then depreciate it later. We don't have to go and figure out separately, do a IDC account or something else. Now we'll do the same thing over here with the capitalized fees. We could, by the way, of course, do it with the commitment fees. When I deleted that and did all that stuff, the only problem with that is you have to decide when the commitment fees end, and I just don't want to. I feel like getting into all those subjects. So then we press this and multiply this. Okay. Okay. And we have the upfront fees here that we'll put now. I think, but what will hopefully, what will happen, that's good news, is that we have a difference. Now we put our total fees for project 1 here. I thought we just did that, but okay. And then and then and then now this is the okay. But we have differences here, so we'd have to, now we're gonna have to do another one. So I'm gonna call I'm gonna call this calc 1, and I'll call this fix 1. Whoops, I can't do that, can I? That was good, it took me to there. Fixed 1, how's about that? This is calc 1, this is calc 2, and this is fixed 2. And this will be difference 1. And then this will be difference 2. So now let's put calc1, calc2, fixed1, fixed2. So we can we can we can do exactly the same thing, but this is difference 1, and this is fixed 1 equal calc 1. Well, I hope I did everything. And then we copy the whole thing again, and we call it copy and paste 2, and we call it difference 2, and it's fixed 2, calc 2. And now finally we can just call them all. So that's what we should make is some kind of total difference. I'll write it like this. That's this difference plus this difference plus this difference. And let's go around all of these until this total difference equals 0. So we just make one more macro, and so we'll put how about sub total copy paste, and then all we have to do is now call them all. So we just call copy paste 1, then we put copy paste 2. By the way, it's extremely early in the morning for me. I'm just got a lot of jet lag. If you can't see why I'm talking in such a boring, monotone kind of way when there's such more interesting issues in the whole world. And then we can do this while range difference total difference. Isn't that what we named it? Okay, total difference. Okay, not equal to 0. And I put went. So I probably made some mistakes, so the very first thing you better do is save the file. Control S. And then let's hang on. Let's right click and go to assign macro, and what did I call it? Total copy paste. Okay, and we click on this, and it said copy paste was not defined. It says copy and paste. Well, that's pretty stupid. And I tried to take some pills that make my memory better, and they don't seem to be working. I thought they would work, and I would remember things like this. Oh, there we go, another error. So we can just, still doesn't like it. While range total difference. Did I not name this range? Okay. So let's go. Come on. Okay. Now it's going and taking a long time. Not that long. And now we have kind of done the copy and paste. Okay. And, if you, well, first, let's do something really dangerous. Let's check our balance sheet. Okay. Okay. Oops. Well, let's do it like this. And let's put this one. In fact, we can put a couple of extra things here. Okay, and put a final test. Okay. And it's balancing now. I hope we've allocated all the costs and we've done everything okay. I'm suspicious of all this. I'm suspicious I have some kind of other error. Okay, but I'm going to finish this and I'm going to call this our copy and paste. Now we have all these kind of blemishes around the model, and maybe you should say something. Now, if we let's say we change and put a 20% funding, 2% fee, 4% interest rate. Okay, we'd have to, each time we change anything, we'd have to rerun this whole macro, and takes a little while of crunching, and eventually it solves. So you can say that's not bad. It's harder to do any kind of goal seeks, any kind of data tables. I have all my standard criticisms of this, but at least it works. And I certainly would recommend this as a first step if you're going to go to the next step and attempt to make a function, which is indeed the subject of our next video. So I'm going to save this and then we'll try this next one. And frankly, I lost some sleep over this. I thought, do I really want to waste? It's probably going to take an hour of my time, and I'm getting old. I don't have that much time left. Probably take 2 hours. But I'm going to try it. We're going to essentially have to recalculate a whole bunch of this stuff. So it's not going to be an easy one. It's really not going to be an easy one. But it's a good challenge. It's a good challenge. It's like playing some stupid computer game or something that all these kids get addicted to. So that's the end of this video.